Welcome to your weekend. Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel here. Hit like, share, subscribe. We'll just track some of the stories for this weekend to be watching for weather-wise. We just had a rainfall warning come through up the last few days and put a lot of rain into the Fort Nelson area. We've seen fire activity decrease for the first time in a long time up there, especially given the month we're in. And so there is thunderstorm threat up there tomorrow, which could result in some funnel clouds, not just for the Fort Nelson area, but especially down towards the Alberta border, down near Fort St. John and whatnot into the Peace. So that is one story that we're going to be talking about right now. A little bit of warmth down in Kelowna and areas like that. We're going to see the warmth trend warmer as we come into the next week there. Yes, we're going to come back to a bit of a warm pattern. There's that. There is tornado watch going on right now in Fort Frances, Ontario, areas like that, Kenora. So those thunderstorms are starting to move in to the Ontario side from down the state side there right about now. So we remain to see today what that's what's gonna become of all that. But we'll have a quick look at that too on the show today. Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel weekend update for you. Let's go. There it is. This is bad news. My God. I'll watch the video later. Okay, try mopping this. At the moment right now, we got a tornado warning in Minnesota. That's just south of the Ontario border. And then on the Ontario side, we have the tornado watch area delineated in red. You can see some of these storms are moving into the Ontario border side. So that's something to be watching for if you got friends in that part of Ontario. Look out. You got storms coming towards all of you there. So that's all happening in Canada right now on the Friday evenings. We've got a bunch of severe thunderstorm watches and warnings and things like that through Ontario and Manitoba. Heat warnings as well still going on. So very, very warm right now. There is relief coming to Manitoba on Saturday. And much the same, severe thunderstorm watches, heat warnings, things like that in Ontario, up to 32 degrees Celsius. Southern Ontario seeing heat warnings. So that's the kind of stories we got right now, plus severe thunderstorm watches and things like that in that area. Some very strong tornadic storms possible, 100-kilometer-an-hour wind gusts, nickel to toonie size hail, rainfall, 40 millimeters an hour, 70 mils even could see. So that's just some of the things that are happening this weekend. Happening to start the weekend. Things are pretty quiet in BC so far. However, before we get to BC, we'll just have a little look at other things we got going on the docket right now. So on July 2nd, a severe thunderstorm moved through central Alberta. This is the day after the Prince George tornado warning. Some of that same storm energy moving over the mountains there. Tornado happened there that caused tree damage in the areas. So a Northern Tornado Project went and checked the damage, and they declared it's an EF2 based on tree damage. So that was at 5 in the afternoon, 25 kilometers southwest of Drayton Valley. Trees snapped and scattered. EF2 rated tornado. Could see winds in there. It's probably up to 190 kilometer-an-hour winds. So they're looking for any other information that anybody might have. Make sure you put that, send that to these nice guys at at ec.gc.ca. So here we are looking at Saturday on Pacific Northwest here. Area A, maybe small hail, probably not severe thunderstorms in that Whitehorse, Watson Lake area that drips into BC. But up for the Fort Nelson area, B, I don't know about the severity of these storms, really. I mean, that doesn't look too crazy. However, we still have that funnel cloud risk. And that kind of goes, more or less the Fort St. John area up to sort of 101 and trending to the Alberta border. I think that risk is much higher on the Alberta side. We could see some stronger winds in some of our little pop-up thunderstorms in the Caribou and whatnot. I don't expect a whole lot that way. If we go look at the prairies and see what they're expecting on Saturday, you can see that Area B could even see a tornado. So on the BC side, they're looking at maybe funnel clouds. On the Alberta side, they're talking tornado. So look out there for that whole stretch of northern Alberta. Tornado warning. Watches and warnings could be coming at you on Saturday, a nice afternoon. This other area looks pretty good for severe development. That C area to the west of Edmonton there, Grand Cache, places like that. 2 to 5 centimeter hail in there, big time hail, 20 to 50 millimeters of rain in some of those rain squalls. That's nuts stuff. Saturday afternoon, British Columbia, maybe seeing 31 in Vernon, 30 Salmon Arms, 30 Kamloops. Pretty cool there. 30 Penticton. You can see where some of the instability may lie, where we can see a little bit of rainfall, maybe a pop-up thunderstorm here or there in the Caribou. Williams Lake only at 18, Quesnel 17 at 3 in the afternoon. 100 Mile House 22 degrees, Vanderhoof 12 Pinchy. So you see a little bit of a spread of temperature difference there. Meanwhile, up in the north, a little bit warmer. Fort Nelson even 18, Nelson Forks up to 20. So looking at Saturday afternoon on the prairie side, mid-20s through most of Alberta, most of Saskatchewan, low 20s, and high teens in much of Manitoba until you're into the very far south there, where you're seeing a bit of a change now. They've had very, very hot weather for a bunch of days. So what are we talking about for convective available potential energy? That will tell us a lot. So yeah, on the Alberta side, strong thunderstorms, most likely for sure. Now look where this Cape value is here on the BC side. This will probably be more or less where our concern area for funnel clouds is. And then you look over to Paddle Prairie and areas like this up here, you can see where maybe that tornado risk may be more a thing, as they have convective available potential energy values there. 1200, so that's how much can the clouds explode upwards? How much energy is there to thrust them upwards and turn them into a thunderstorm? Quite a bit there by northern Alberta standards for sure, and fair bit in this section of the piece in BC. So funnel cloud possibilities, watch for that. But the thing is, the reason why I think that tornado is more an Alberta side story is just the very basic fact that your storms are probably going to be forming here and moving that way there. So they'll develop further as they get into Alberta and whatnot. We're going to switch out of that modeling system here, and we'll just go back and look at where our thunderstorms might be. A little bit of a low pressure there forming on the BC-Alberta border on Saturday. So staying kind of warm on the south of that, but drawing cooler air from the north. And you can see where some of those thunderstorms might be in the Fort St. John area, popping up through the afternoon, where we might see some of these storms firing off in northern Alberta, where you might see some of these down central Alberta style Saturday afternoon. So a little bit of rainfall in much of northern BC, some lightning strikes up there, probably in the middle of it there. More organized thunderstorms, more maybe in the Peace there. Strong thunderstorms in Alberta, more rain-free base kind of thunderstorms. And then we have this line sort of across where we might be seeing that tornado watches and whatnot put in there. Are we going to see a lot for thunderstorms in the Caribou? I don't know. I really don't think so. Seems pretty cool still here today. Only got to 20 degrees or something like that. Well, no, it's 24 right now, I should say. Late in the afternoon. It's after 4 o'clock here. So Saturday, here we are watching that big low develop there in Alberta side. Big low developed there. Scattered thunderstorms. Yeah, maybe a few scattered thunderstorms in the Caribou, I guess, late in the afternoon. Nothing crazy. I don't see anything severe happening in the Caribou tomorrow. Unlike maybe Edmonton, they'll take some severe storms. Lots of rain in behind. Too bad we couldn't get a little bit more rain up in this northern BC quadrant. They did take some rain in those fires up there the last few days, and that's been very, very good to see. Sunday. Nice and dry in the interior BC. We got a warming trend coming to us to start the week next week. And that should make things especially hot. Not crazy hot, but hot. Big time storms on Sunday again into Saskatchewan, Manitoba, a little bit in Alberta. They've been really getting hammered this last little while there, last month or so, really a big time storm season. Sunday afternoon, temperature wise, not the max we're going to be seeing in the next couple of days, although, nudging up in the Caribou, nudging up, still pretty warm down south. But what do we get to by next week when we start the work week there? Looking really hot to start the work week. High 20s and low 30s through that southern part of BC. Finally going to see a bit of warmer temperatures up in the Caribou, like I don't know. It'll probably be warmer than this, I think, by Tuesday, especially quite warm. We might see places hit 30s and whatnot in the Caribou, even though it's saying 27s and 28s there. Hold on to your hat. You know how it goes. Kelowna 34 maybe on Monday. Just to give you an idea, coming into a warm trend, will it last very long? No, not really. And you know why. These things never last very long. It's the good old thunderstorm problem. So stable temperatures, a little bit of rain here and there. The rain squalls, maybe a few flashes of lightning in some of the sectors like the Caribou, maybe a few flashes down south too. Maybe a funnel cloud or something like that in the Fort St. John area. I'm skeptical, but we'll see. Could see maybe a chance of tornado on the Alberta side more, especially on Saturday. That just gives you a little bit of a look at where we're going this weekend. Warming up as we come into the week, getting warmer and warmer by Tuesday. We should be basking pretty hot, but it probably won't stick around very long. There'll be some kind of a thunderstorm conclusion to that. We'll figure that out. I think we'll have a better idea in the coming days. All right, everybody, hit like, share, subscribe. I need your help all the time to keep this channel growing, so don't be afraid to tell a friend or become a channel member and financially support me, this, that, and the other. Okay, have yourself a good weekend. We'll be talking at you soon again.